How y'all's doing? Hey, Taurus. Venus. Planet of Lou. And all things beautiful. Yeah, we'll look at some more videos like we did Sag and Cappy, and I'll probably do a reading after. But I think this is important. The first one we're going to see is called She Saw It. They called it art, but he was the meal. I saw a dead body being eaten at a party. So these are the things that you have to look forward to if you want the fame and fortune, fame and fortune. And I really want to say this. You're too motherfucking lazy to fight back, okay? But I'm old school, okay? But anyway, my daughter, I was telling her about it. She says, well, people are tired. They tired of things going like that. I said, but it's a setup. You don't realize that you're stronger than they are. They're scared of you. But if they can convince you to want to be inside of this stuff, what they gonna do to your ass? And the whole purpose is to make sure that you and your family be good. But then they gonna fuck with you and your family, have you sacrificing your children, your family. So who you got next? False ass friends. So, but you got a lot. But the whole purpose was to help you and your family move up. So you gonna be in it that motherfucking much, that you gonna your babies, you don't matter. You don't give a fuck anymore about them. Or maybe they'll offer your kids something to get rid of you. So anyway, our family members. You know how easy it go, because people, you're being set up. They want to take everything from you so that you will do it. And I'm an example of that. They want me so bad to be in their little party. And I don't need anything that bad. Um, you know, um, I never was really materialistic in the first place. So they can't really bait me in like that. They have, people around me and stuff. Um, I did my best. I think I have pretty good homes and, pretty good, nice furniture and clothes and, always had things. But for me to worship that, that's how I look at it, is to worship that. That means that I am trying to impress others. I'm not trying to impress you. I love y'all, but I love myself more. And it's not an egotistical way. It's that I don't have to prove anything to you. I don't have to prove anything to the world that I got a fly car, a big home, all these flashy things. Look at me, look at me, look at me, ego. I don't have to do that. For what? If you can't accept me for who I am and appreciate me like I appreciate you, then we need to part, you know? I have no problem of being alone, of enjoying Mother Nature because she's good to us, and appreciate her and clean her up. And I know she's spitting us out left and right because the stuff that we do here is ridiculous to get materialistic stuff. And people say, we live in a materialistic world, you're supposed to have that. No, you've been tricked. Some of the videos I showed yesterday on Sag and Capricorn should tell you that and explain to you what's really going on. So anyway, we're going to look at some more videos, and then we'll do readings after. And like I told y'all the name of this one we're looking at, and then the next one I'll tell y'all when this one gets done, okay? So this girl lady here, she signed up for the game, okay? All right, y'all. Here goes. Okay.
Did you read it? I believe she's telling the truth. Allegedly. I believe she's telling the truth. And things are starting to make a lot more sense. Especially when you think about what we saw in Paris. Things are starting to make a lot more sense. I want to show you what she said before she said this. Because what she said before she said this might even be more interesting, in my opinion. So, this is from the Anything Goes podcast with James English. This woman is a self-proclaimed witch, and this is at the beginning of the podcast. They're talking about her upbringing. They're talking about how she got into being a witch, and she tells a story about how she was a single mom and she was desperate and she hit rock bottom. And I want you to listen to what she did in order to get out of rock bottom. And I want you to listen to what she got herself into, which ultimately led her to this experience. Is everybody on the same page? Okay, I'm just making sure. So she does have an accent.
Y'all can't hear it, let me
So
know.
you have to listen closely because she does have an accent. All right, let's go.
It's like, I can't do this. And I had pressure off my mum. I had pressure, obviously, just from being a single parent. He was nowhere to be seen. He ended up going away for one reason or another. And I was at rock bottom, and I thought, I'll try some magic. So we did a bit of research, and I was looking on the internet at Anton LaVey and Alistair Crowley's sorts of types of magic, and I took excerpts of information, and I ended up setting a ritual. It was basically a pentagram on the floor. I had to myself and put blood on the points and say these words, and they were English. So I do this ritual, goes to bed thinking I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to be a star or something. Because I didn't ask what it is. A lot of people who do this type of stuff, who go into making pacts with demonics or the dark side, will be specific. And I wasn't, I just wanted money, I didn't care how it came. So on the thing that I just wrote, I just want money and love. And that was that. So it goes to bed, I wakes up, everything's normal and nothing changes. And I left it for about a month. And I was like, that hasn't worked, I haven't done it right. So it does more research. And I must have been researching God for about 6 months. And I found bits and bobs, did another ritual a few months later, and it didn't work again. And I was like, I'm obviously really, really crap at this, and I'm not doing it right. There was no doubt in my mind that it was possible. It was just that I wasn't doing it the right way. So after a while, I did one spare at the moment in the middle of the night in my house for whatever reason. I just wasn't feeling great, and I thought, okay, we'll try again. So I did, but this time something took over my body. And I started writing these symbols in a pentagram. Symbols that I couldn't write to you now, I couldn't tell you what they are or draw them. I've never seen them again ever since, apart from in a vision. And yeah, like I say, something takes over my body just completely. And I'm dotting the blood everywhere, and then I stand in the pentagram. And these words are coming out my mouth. It's a foreign language, something I've never understood. It was a lot, and I know now, looking back. So I'm saying these words, and all of a sudden there's this, like, we have no doors in the house, these all been pulled off over the years in arguments and stuff like that. So we had this curtain over the door on the top floor. We had a 3-story townhouse type of thing, and this big gust of wind hits the curtain and blows in my face this ice cold, and I felt a presence in the pentagram with me. So I've shut my eyes, panicked, and I couldn't move. It was like frozen for a little minute, and then it jumped into bed, through the quilts over my head like a baby, like you would when you're scared when you're a kid. And I didn't move, couldn't breathe. And after a few hours, these bells started, but they were that loud. It was that you could feel it in your chest. And I'm thinking, surely everyone can hear that. There was a church in the village, but it's never that loud. It was like it was right next door to me. And the whole night, these bells are going on and on and on. Falls asleep at some point and wakes up in the morning again. I'm like, I feel normal, don't feel anything. And a couple of weeks, I was applying for this, that and the other, and I did want to get back into the modelling. I'd sent my portfolio off to a few agencies, always got a no, but didn't reply. Because to be fair, I wanted to go into fashion, and I'm only 5'2". You know, I haven't got perfect skin. I'm probably not the body for it. But one day this email comes back, and he's invited me for the casting. And I was like, what? Amazing type of thing, and I went, and they loved me. And I was like, wow, this is quite surreal.
Okay. Can we just pause for a second? Are we all on the same page? She hit rock bottom, bottom, bottom. She hit rock bottom. She's a single mom. She's desperate. She says, okay, let me try magic. So she tries magic. She tries it a couple times. She does some spells. She does some rituals. She gets some Aleister Crowley books. And she's doing all this stuff, right? And it's not working. But she said something very interesting. She essentially said that she always had faith that it was going to work. She just thought that she was doing something wrong. But she never lacked belief, which was very interesting when she said that. I don't know if you caught that or not. So she's doing it. She's testing it. It's not working. One time, it finally works. And she said that she said she hit one of these and was dabbing it on the pentagram, right? And she said she felt like a cold rush of air coming through the window. She felt like a presence with her in that moment in the pentagram. And she essentially said that, when people do these types of rituals, they ask for something very specific. But because of her desperation, she simply was asking for money. She just wanted to make money. And then, to the point where we are right now, she said that she wanted to get into modeling, but she was never the type to be a model. She just didn't have, the body type to be a model. But after doing this ritual, which she perceived to be successful, suddenly she gets a casting call to be one. And she goes in and they love her. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. Okay, let's move.
So they put me on the books, and I think it was about 3 weeks after that casting that I went to, I started hearing this thing with me talking to me. It's like a low, very low, growly voice, which was the demonic that made the pact with. So I picked a very specific demonic to do it with called Belphegor. Demon of sloth and gluttony and stuff like that. And it's telling me its name and it's speaking to me, and I'm thinking I'm schizophrenic. I'm hearing voices, this is peculiar. But at the same time I was like, maybe it's just because of what I've done. Maybe this is how it goes type of thing. So I'm getting slow bits of work. I've got this thing in the ear. Now at this point as well, I've always been able to hear other spirits, my own spirit guides, other people's passed on loved ones, my own passed on family, and it got shut off. And I couldn't hear nothing at all. And that was quite freaky. So I've gone from hearing all these lovely things and lovely messages like you're safe and blah blah blah, to this thing screaming at me. And I think at some point as well, I would be able to tap into the demonic realm and you hear these screams in your head 24/7, to the point where it's hard to concentrate on what you're doing. So yeah, carries on with that agency for a few months, and after a while, I was thinking like it's quite slow. I was getting well paid work and it was good, but I was like it's quite slow. And I ended up being introduced to an agent, like a freelance agent, and he was all over me at a party. He knew someone that I knew, and I hated them, I didn't like him. Big, egotistical, big I am, you know what I mean, thought it was great. So I was dead like opposed to him, and he gave me a business card to come out the toilet. And he was like, I can help you. In fact, I think I can get you a lot of well-paid work. And I was like, oh, okay. Alright, takes the business card and I thought nothing of it. And the work started drying up from this agency, and I was like, I'm getting a bit desperate. I've got bills to pay. So I sent him a message, and he was like, yeah, if you let me come and take some photos of you, I've got a private buyer who'll buy them off you. And I was like, okay, what's your commission? Not taking them. And I was like, okay. So it goes, does the shoots. He made me a fair bit of money off the photos, and it was not on a miss, it was not on tights. And I didn't speak to him very often. He'd message me and say, do you want this job? And I'd be like, no, I don't fancy that, or can't do that, whatever. And after a minute he said, look, I've got a really, really well paid job. It's international. Do you want to get it? I'm going to send your portfolio off if you want you. We're going on Friday. And I was like, okay, fab. Now I'm petrified flying. I have to take the house plans to fly. Anyway, he comes back and he's like, yeah, right, they want you. We're going. So he goes, and I was stressing having the tablets in my bag as I didn't want to take them till we'd gone through security, because I didn't want to feel wrong going through the airport. And he was like, I'll carry them. And I was like, I don't want to get these off me, because I don't think I need them, because they weren't on prescription or anything like that. So he puts them in his bag, and we goes through, and whatever it is, we were having a drink somewhere, and he goes, gives them tablets. So he passes me, then I take one, and I blacked out. Don't usually black out off diazepam. And when I wakes up, we were in a cab, we'd flown, got out at the airport, and we're in a cab on the way to this hotel. And we goes in, it was night time, by the time we arrived. And we've got separate rooms. I'm in my room, and I'm sort of coming to a little bit, waking up a little bit. And there's a knock on the door, and he was like, we need to take some contents. So he comes in with his camera, and he was like, put this on. And show him like this black lacy lingerie bodysuit thing with some stockings and suspenders. And he's taking photos of me, but he's filming it as well. And he's finished doing his content basically, and I've leant over the desk to get me ciggies, and he's grabbed me from behind on video, and I've jumped out my skin and gone, oh, what are you doing? Like, you're assaulting me. And he was like, oh, do you blame me? You're gorgeous, you know, but how should you expect me to keep your hands off? I know this is part of the industry. And to be fair, I've seen a lot of people get groped. I've seen a lot of people being touched in ways that were inappropriate and stuff like that. And it is a bit of a culture within that industry, within a lot of industries, the media industry is the same.
I just want to make a note, because this is something that we have known for a very long time. That type of behavior is part of the culture. I call it Hollywood, quote Hollywood, but in like the entertainment industry, like mainstream type of stuff, that behavior is a part of the culture, and we've seen that come out time and time again. But it's very interesting how she was kind of like justifying his actions in terms of saying like, oh well, to be fair, I've seen this happen to a lot of people, and it kind of just comes with the territory. It's very interesting what people are willing to endure in order to get what they think they want. Another way to put it, it's very interesting what people are willing to endure from a humiliation standpoint in order to achieve success. Success that is ultimately temporary, but that humiliation will stick with you for the rest of your life. It's very interesting. Anyway, let's continue.
So I suppose I sort of just put it to the back of my mind and was like, oh, he's just a sleazebag, he's just horrible. And the day after it was a 2-day shoot. And that night he said, we're going to an after party. And I was like, oh, right, fine, great. I was knackered. And I remember I didn't want to go. We were flying out the next morning. And anyway, we're in this party. And after a minute he comes over to me, I'm trying to leave him because he's getting on my nerves, dead close to me all the time. And I'm talking to these local girls, random girls. And he's like, come over, I've got someone I want you to meet, So he takes me like right to the back of this club, through like a corridor that would lead to the toilet, and in this back room with a black door. And we goes through, and there's 3 fellas sat there between the ages of 60 and probably 80, all dressed in suits, briefcases, and one of them stands up, the other 2 stay sat down, and he comes over and he was like, I've been waiting to meet you. And he shakes my hand and he's walking me up and down like I'm a piece of meat. I was like, come over. So he sits down and we're having a drink and they're all talking, and I'm just sort of don't know what to say. And I was quite aware as well, they were all very posh. And I'm quite common and brassy, so I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know about wine. I don't know about these things that these people are talking about, stocks.
Peacemaker, can you tell us a little about your skills?
I'm considered the finest marksman in the world. And I cherish peace with all my heart. You ready for the next adventure, pal?
Introducing the Derm Advanced Eye Lift. Potent, clinically tested skincare helps remodel the look of eyes for a targeted transformation across 4 dimensions. The Eye Lift. See results in 4 weeks. Only from Estee Lauder.
Squarespace, like. You've got a lot to manage. Houston Methodist has a lot to offer. Convenient primary care, personal.
And out of nowhere, one of the other fellas just looks at me and went, "What's your party trick?" And I went, "What? What's your party trick?" And I just went, "Oh, magic." And just started laughing. He went, "Oh, so you want a buzz then?" And I was like, "Oh, do you do magic?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm thinking he thinks I've just meant drugs. And I'm thinking he's probably thinking drugs. And it wasn't until a little bit later on that was the first time he'd let on that he sort of knew what I'd done. And
That was a very interesting part. It was a very interesting part. I don't know if you caught it. But essentially, you have these three individuals that she meets behind this like private room within this like club or party atmosphere that she's at, right? And she meets these three individuals. Obviously, based on the description, they're well off. She described them as posh, which I'm assuming she means like wealthy and like, you know, put together in that sense. And she said that she's more common, so she doesn't really know how to have these conversations with these like rich, you know, people, because she's just, you know, common. And essentially, one of the dudes says, you know, you do magic like I do magic. Essentially alluding to the idea that they know how she got into this situation. I thought that was very interesting. Remember this point in the story, because these three gentlemen, these old gentlemen, they gonna come back around in the story. All right, so remember them in the story.
ends the night, flies home, and I got invited to basically another what's called a party about 2 months later. And it was basically there was girls there with loads of fellas, all kinds of people, but then 3 men were there. And I weren't introduced to them, I didn't see them initially as we went in. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. It was a proper full on, literally there's people getting shagged everywhere, and I'm looking at the agent and I'm like, what is this? What have you brought me to? You know, I get it that some girls might be into that in this industry, but I'm not. Like, what is this? And I wasn't doing any like stuff modelling, I was doing really tasteful, nice stuff. And he was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about this. Again, you've got to come to these places, you've got to get to know these people, you've got to rub shoulders with the right people to get get your work, basically." And I was like, this seems mad. Anyway, the night goes on, everyone's off the faces, pissed, and this big fella walks in, big beard, with no t-shirt on, with a pair of shorts on. And this girl's linked in his arms, she's barely walking, he's holding her up. And he brings her into like a table like this that's in the middle of like a hall. And there's other bits of tables around it, but this one had just been left empty, no one touched it, there was no drinks on it, no nothing. And as I've walked in, he's picked her up and threw her on the table. So she sat on the table like this, she's got hold of the back side of it and her feet are hanging over the other side. It's like a bevel glass table, sit like a square, and it spins. And he starts spinning her until she's from holding onto it, getting faster and faster. And as he's spinning the table, everyone starts gathering around in a circle, so I naturally do, I just follow the agents. And he's saying this chant. Again, it's a Latin chant. And I'm thinking, oh, this is mad. Again, there's all still people doing all kinds of weird stuff behind me that aren't part of this circle. And I'd like to go everywhere. I mean everywhere. Her hands were close, her arms were close, her feet, upper legs, her ankles. And after a minute, he just stops it dead sudden, picks her up, throws her over his shoulder and walks out with her. And he goes, "Come on, madam." And I'm like, in shock, thinking this mad, maybe this is just what rich people do with their money. And we're in a cab on the way back, and I was like, what the fuck was that? What have you got me into? And he went, are you in our club or what? And I was like, what club are you on about? This is mad. Like, what were they doing? What's he doing with it? But what was interesting is as we've come out to get into the cab, you can hear him. But he was saying something, and you can hear him, like, grabbing at it, you know what I mean? But every time you could hear a thrust, he was saying something as he was doing it. And like, I was making, like, he must have seen how shocked I was, the agents, and he was making a joke of, like, just to get it, they're in a relationship, stop sweating, like, you know, people have got weird fantasies that they like to fulfill, and I was like, yeah, but in front of everyone, making it, like, what's all that about? And he's laughing, and, like, laughing at me, where I felt, like, very small at that point, and I'm thinking, oh, I've got myself into some weird. You see, I just didn't think for 1 minute it was what it was. I just thought these are all just weird people with too much money. So they've got to do this stuff. And the day after he sent me another message, it was a text message saying, are you in our club or what? And I just wrote back, yeah. This thing used to take over a little bit. And every ounce of my body, every cell of my body went, no. It's like I knew what I was getting myself into, but it didn't. And I just felt the urge to go, yeah, I'm all for it.
Okay. Let's pause here, because I don't know how much of that was left in the final edit that you guys are listening to. So I don't know if that all resonated with what exactly was happening. So let's just recap real fast. She gets invited to another party by her agent, right? And it turns out to be like a Diddy, situation. Freak off. But, Diddy ain't there, but they still freaking off. Like everywhere. Everywhere you look is going down. Everywhere you look is going down. This dude comes in looking like Santa Claus. Big beard, big belly. Looking like Santa Claus. With a woman over his shoulder. She is overly drank off the liquor, right? Out of it. Puts her on the table. It's like a spinning type of situation. The table spins. Starts spinning. She's, cut in different areas, so the red substance that comes out when you're is going everywhere as the table is spinning. Now all the agents, like the talent agents, I'm assuming, and whatnot, they're all like crowded around the table. So naturally she says, I don't know, I'm just gonna follow because I don't know what to do. So she follows and she's going around the table, and they're just standing there. They're all getting hit with this stuff, right? They're all getting hit, going everywhere. And the Santa Claus looking dude starts speaking in some demonic tongues. And then everyone just kind of leaves, and it's like, whatever, like just normal behavior at these freak offs, right? Everyone kind of leaves. And so she goes in the car to go leave with her agent. But in the taxi behind the one that she's in, she can hear that Santa Claus looking dude and the female going at it. But she said every time he would, enter, he would chant some type of like demonic tongue. Anyway, she's freaking out, right? She's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm here. Like, this is crazy activity. And the agent turns to her and is like, yo, are you in the club or not? Are you in the club or not? And then the next day, when she wakes up after that whole situation in the morning, the agent texts her, and the agent says, are you in the club or not? And once again, she said something extremely interesting. And this just further confirms that the Bible is true. It's like, bro, this is spiritual. The warfare that we're seeing happening on this earth, this is spiritual warfare. There are forces at play that we cannot see with our own two eyes, but it exists. The spiritual realm exists. And you're either on God's side or you're against him. There's no in between, because there's a war happening. So if you're standing in between, then guess what? You're against him. So anyway, she gets the text message. Are you in? Are you in the club? She says, every part of my body wanted to say no, but that demon that I went into covenant with by way of the spell and ritual that I did was speaking for me and said yes. Yes, I'm in the club. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Because like I said, I don't know what made it to the final edit. So let's continue.
And then I started getting taken to dinner parties. Wasn't always a ritual, but the people I was there with were all involved in it, and the very, very familiar faces that were in these places. The next one I went to was down south in Berkshire, and it was my initiation, basically. And I walked in, and as I'd basically been booked by this couple that own this house. They had a business and they wanted me to model some like lingerie, stocking type of thing. My face wouldn't be in it, just my lower body. I was like, yeah, great, so they invited me down. And as I walked in, I remember having this feeling of dread. There was a fucking crow just stood next to my car as I got out of the car and was squawking at me, and I remember thinking, that's an omen. And I walks in, and they were all over me, making a big fuss of me, like, oh, here you are, you're all new to all this, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I'm new to all this. And she just looked at me in the most weirdest way, like she just stopped suddenly speaking and stared at me and went, somebody, we're going to take it easy on your mum. And I was like, okay. So we had dinner, and at one point, the fella who owns this house, the fella of the couple, stood up at the end of the table and he did a toast. And at the end of the toast, he put his champagne flute down and went like that. Looked around the table and everyone was doing it, and I'm going, what? And there's in the shite. And stops, picks up, cheers everyone, chin chin, and just carries on. And at one point they go, right, should we go to the drawing room? I think it was the drawing room, some back room, big double doors, big wooden double doors, massive house. And it's like a games room, there's books in there, there's, you know, board games, drinks and stuff like that. So everyone sits down, and it's like these red velvet sofas that lines it, and it's like an oblong shape. So everyone sits down on these sofas and we get to drink, and they were like, right, let's play some games. And I'm thinking, right, play checkers, chess, that, you know what I mean? Maybe this is part and parcel of it, because I've been immersed in a world at this point where I'm not used to it. It's nothing that I've ever been used to. It's all very much luxury, high society type of stuff. And he gets this gold mat off the shelf, and they're spinning this mat, and whoever it lands on, this woman's asking like a mad question to them, and it ends up landing on me. And I panicked. I don't know why, but I just panicked. And she looked me right in the eye and she went, once upon a time you did something really, really naughty, didn't you? And what was it, Molly?
You see the cardio matrix on up there? That's what I paid for. Do you know what you want?
Yeah, I think I do.
Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Lease the Hyundai Elantra for $249 a month, or get 2.99% APR for 48 months. Hurry in today.
The one and only Botox Cosmetic, FDA approved for over 20 years. Book a consultation at BotoxCosmetic.com.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can guest how you guest. Enjoy free breakfast while you work.
And I was like, I mean, is a wishing it comes true? And she just burst out laughing and went, yeah. Spun the start again, and I'm thinking, this is weird. Where's this going? And after a while, a couple of people left, and there was me, this couple that owned the house, and two other people that I've met out the industry that knew the agent. The agent wasn't there at that one. And as I've walked into another room, we've come out the games room, we've been taken into another room, there's a checkerboard marble floor, and in the floor is a big, massive, what is actually, it's not a pentagram, it's called a unicameral hexagram. You've heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something the Crowley uses.
Yeah, Freemasons.
Yeah. And there's one of them, and we start putting on these cloaks, the fellas, the women don't put one on. And we all stand in a circle and he's lighting these candles. They were on like 3 candelabras in 3 points around this hexagram. And he goes round and he's saying words and he's touching people on the head as he goes round, does it to me. And then everyone takes hands and I'm stood next to the fella of the couple who's leading this ritual. And this girl next to me takes my hands, so I've got all his hair on, but he doesn't take it. And he walks into the middle, takes a knife out of his pocket, and it was, I can still remember it like it was yesterday, it had a deer horn as its handle. And he takes the knife out and he nicks it on, he starts on that side on the left of me, touches her finger with it a little bit and goes through each person until he comes to me and he says step forward. So he steps forward into the pentagram and he's looking at me and I can't quite see his face because he's put a veil over it and I'm thinking, but I can see these eyes and his eyes have gone black. He had blue eyes initially and his eyes were black as night and I'm thinking, is it white, is it this, is it that? And then he turns his back to me and he blows out a couple of the candles and as he does you can see a very, very blatant shape of back of his head appear over the hexagram from what he'd done with the light. He turns around and he cuts me behind the ear. He takes the blood drip that's on the ends of it and he pops it directly in the middle of the hexagram where basically the middle of back of its head shadow is. And then he...
Did she say the way he positioned the light created Baphomet? The Baphomet's shadow? Baphomet's shadow on the hexagram?
Walks back to the edge of the circle. We all hold hands again. Everyone's stripped. And I'm like this. And everyone's just stood there like saying these words. And I panicked, I was shaking, and I'm thinking, what's this? This is mad.
Y'all give me lights when y'all come in,
like,
please.
Is this where it's going?
Thank
And
you.
then out of nowhere, puts off, like nothing has happened, throws them back on the shelf, go in and walk out. We're retiring for bed. And just left me in this room and I got around with blood and the candles, so like that's a fire hazard, and gathered through motions because I was in shock. And I goes to bed. Does the shoot for their brands a couple of weeks later. And I don't see them again. Never again, this couple. The other people that were involved in that ritual, seen them multiple times, but this couple, that was the only time I ever seen them. I mean, I could describe them for you and everyone would know exactly who they are. And I can't do that, you know what I mean?
What are the Grand Masters, do you think?
She said, I can describe them for you and everybody will know who they are. Listen to his question. Is that the Grand Master? I don't even know what that even really means. I don't know what the ranking of all this demonic stuff is. I don't know. But listen to what she says.
Do you think that's the top?
Not quite top. So the initial fella that I've met in the first, when I got to that after party, when we were abroad, off that first very high paid job, he ended up as the leader, the fella with the crocodile skin shoes. He always had a briefcase to match, he always wore the same shoes. Very, very old fella, late 60s, early 70s.
Red shoes.
They weren't red, but you know that type of mahogany brown that's got a red tinge to it. That type, like patent leather shoes.
Were you not excited though, especially if you come down the like the route of the Satan?
So, those 3 old dudes who she met at that club in the private room, she said one of those dudes is the man of this whole situation that was going on. Does everyone know what do we or do? Let's get to this part. Alright? Let's get to this part. I'm assuming this is what y'all have been waiting. If you're crazy enough to be interested in this type of activity. Let's play.
This one, I was in this club for about a year. 2 years from the start of the process to sort of getting out, really. And at one of the last rituals that I went to is where I lost all the bearings of reality myself. And it was in France, and I'd done a shoot and stuck going to an after party. It was a huge event. They had like acrobatics on, fire breathers. It was boss. And later on in the night, bear in mind, I'm drinking, but I'm not drunk, type of thing. Don't take any drugs, nothing like that. Later on in the night, they're bringing out these platters, and I comes back into like the main, wasn't a hall, but like the main room where everyone was, and there's on a table just like this. In fact, it's just round about the same size that it was. Like an overweight felt cut open with, it's all being decorated with grapes and leaves and flowers, and but like what I think was hanging out his tongue had been, and it was on someone's plate. He was just eating it. His eyes had been, looked like they were still on the stalky thing, so they were just hanging. And I remember looking at it and panicking. I just had a panic attack, and I started screaming. And I was like, what? I saw a fella comes behind me that I'd known, I'd seen him, but I'd never spoke to him at these places. And he goes, "You're making a scene. Calm yourself down. It's just art now." And I was like, "This isn't art." And like, Scouse bit came out of me, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I lost this, and I'm running down this hall and looking at the toilets, and this fella comes behind me again, and he grabs me and he throws me in this room. This room is pitch black, absolutely pitch black. And he gives me a drink, and it's this pink fizzy drink, and I'm like, "No, I don't want a drink. I don't want a drink." And he's going, "You're gonna have to calm down. You need to calm down. You're ruining the night for everyone. Do you not understand? You're making a scene and you're frightening other people. It's just art. It's not real. It's not real." It was real. I know what art is, and that was it.
It's just art. Molly! It's just art. It's just art. Yeah. Mole. It's just my accent is better in my head. My accent is better in my head, and when I'm just like talking to my wife and I'm trying to do like a little accent, then it's like cool. But when there's pressure, it's like pressure. It was interesting that she said that this happened in France, and then we see the Olympics in Paris, and they put an overweight guy on a platter with grapes and apples and fruits and flowers, seemingly being prepared as the centerpiece for the feast. You remember this? This is all I was thinking about. This is all I was thinking about. Well, not all I was thinking about. I was thinking about a lot of things, but this was one of the primary things I was thinking about. It was this right here. Matthew 4, verse 8. Again, the devil took him, being Jesus, to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him, "All these I will give you, if you will fall down and worship." It's just very interesting that it's the same offer recycled again and again and again. And ultimately, at the root of it, it's a dying offer. Because no matter how much the devil can give to you or offer to you, It'll all pass away. So you're trading eternity for temporary satisfaction and wealth. And it's the same offer that the devil tried to give to Jesus. Well, not tried, but gave to Jesus and was declined. And what did Jesus say? Be gone, Satan. That's the first thing he said. That's the first thing he said. You put him in his place. Well, let's just establish who has the ultimate authority here. You don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. You don't got the pecking order incorrect. Be gone, Satan. For it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. So here's the thing. He puts him in his place, right? Y'all understand, for those of us who are in Christ, we have that authority. We have the spiritual authority to rule over these demonic entities and these spirits and the devil himself. Like, y'all understand that, right? We have greater spiritual authority by way of the one that we are in, Jesus Christ. We have access to that authority that Jesus has in the spiritual realm because we believe and we have put our faith in him, right? We have received the Holy Spirit. So all these individuals, they want to, dip and dabble into the spiritual realm because they're looking for some authority in the spiritual realm, not recognizing that the one who grants ultimate authority in the spiritual realm is God, is Jesus. But you want to access the spiritual realm illegally to obtain the things that you want to obtain to please yourself based in your own selfish ambition, as opposed to submitting your life to Jesus Christ and allowing God to use you however he sees fit, which is ultimately better than anything that you could accomplish for yourself. But anyway, Jesus says, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. That's it. Very simple. Right? Because she was having a conversation and she was talking. And apparently, there's another video that I'm going to react to from this same podcast. You'll probably see it pretty soon.
Okay. Yeah. So, how did y'all like that? Remember, you have the power and authority. Okay. So, just a little snippet. I'm going to do another one after I do a little reading right quick. Okay, let's see. TAURUS. Whoever needs it, this waxing moon. Be careful what you're getting yourself into. I was telling my daughter also that I see why they were mad at me, because I would work 2 and 3 jobs, hustle, do whatever I could to make sure they all was good and make sure I was good. And that's not where I supposed to did it. I supposed to been upset. And I did some money magic spells, stuff like that. But not calling on, because magic is good and bad. I did it for a reason. Not calling on anything evil. And, kept my faith. Kept going. They tried. Different people met in my life, tried to get me to go another way, join this and join that. I think that's why my partners didn't like me either. They cared a little bit, but I wouldn't go the evil way and do things. The sneaky way. and I just stayed focused. So now they're trying to make me go that way. Um, uh, cutting off finances, barely giving me anything, stuff like that. So figuring eventually, taking my daughter away, trying to hurt me, threatening my other kids, stuff like that. I'm calling on my ancestors, my guides, and the creator also on their ass, right? So, I don't want anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's competition. Fighting, arguing, conjuring. I don't, like I said at first, I'm not trying to impress nobody. Um, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what to tell them. you know, um, I think that's why I always had me help and talk to homeless people, getting me prepared, how to survive. Okay. Um, Message coming in of an ending, a fight, an argument. Um, it's supposed to be love, but that's not love. That's a war. 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and then death. Could be something somebody's battling within themselves as well. Then a 10 of Swords. Damn. Chariot. Okay. I don't know if there's anything outside your house, your family, or something like that. 8 of Swords reversed. Plea bargain. Out or in jail. Release. Keep it private. A private jail. Free. Not frustrated. So that's like a paddy wagon. That could be a protest as well. Harming people. Ending things. We got a portal. Some escaping. Children left behind. I think my George Carlin. No children left behind. And first it was, what is it, pre-K? It's something, I can't think of all the words. But anyway, so the Vatican, Grim Reaper. Okay. Now that's a powerful card. Scorpio energy. Pluto. King of Swords. A lot of swords and wands. A battle. I don't know if it's a war, where war is happening now. Tanks. I don't know why I want to say tanks. Star. Aquarius energy. Pure. Extraterrestrials. Cold. Wintertime. Star children. The ones who came to enlighten people. 6 of Swords. Moving away. Taking up. Island. Out of the situation. Queen of Wands reverse. not protected. Be selfish. Separate. Okay, temptation. Be a bitch. Be a witch. Come on, do this. Come on, sign. Sign the blooded line. Sign the contract. Sign. That's what I'm hearing. Ace of Cups. Liars. Dirty. Not receive. No love. Business. Blockage. Focus. Yeah, they're lying. So I don't know if somebody was finna sign this contract. Because Scorpio is your opposite, Taurus. Like I said, Pisces. Um, Page of Wands, something definitely future related. Traveling. Says winter. So some shit. Everybody kept getting winter. Some shit going down all over. Pyramids, Anunnaki. Same patterns, lizards. So we're having the draconians, dragons, lizards, warfare. Queen of Cups, loving, caring. Under King of Swords, watching, protecting yourself. I'm saying putting the whole armor on, because that's what needed. Let me see, Queen of Cups. King of Wands reversed. We got the Queen and the King. So both of them are either with the other side, what makes them a warlock. We got a witch, we got a warlock. Sorcerer, wizard, whatever you want to call it. Overruled, devilish, slow, and dangerous. Different route. Okay. Different route. Hang. So somebody's not going that way. Or somebody's trying to show you a different route. Swamp, small boat, yacht, island, ferry. Swimming. Troubled waters. Getting out of troubled waters. To an island, okay. So rescue. Now this could be, since we got the Chariot here, this could be warriors to protect the star children and the mother, Queen of Cups. That's loving. Getting them out of a situation while something's coming in, while battle is going on. Yeah. Okay, go back. This was on top. Yeah. Getting out of that from sacrifice. Okay. In secret. Because you know we got to have some heavy hitters to deal with heavy hitters. Right? Can't just have anything come to fight the battle. That's what I'm saying. Oh, look at this. To the promise, to somewhere better, peaceful. Mystery, illusion. So magic is gonna be done in a way Chariot again to bring you out of a situation. Why did I put left on here? L-E-F-T. And he was talking. Who was talking? Somebody was talking about the left side. Oh, Roseanne Barr was talking about the left side. Or some will be left. Chariot. Going back to Cherubims, Seraphims, the movie I was talking about. Coming in a chariot, fiery chariot. To take the ones who've been fighting the battle. Okay. Could be souls. Could be your soul. Okay. A big deal. Chariot. I mean, it's gonna be so massive. Okay. I keep seeing the lovers. Let's see if it come out. 9 of Cups. Improve, please. Overeating, trophies, baby shower. You're gonna be happy. A party. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Choices. Choices you make. Wishes come true. Okay. The whole world in an uproar. Not the end. But you safe. Don't know who's against or for 'em. Mother Earth, it's like Mother Earth spitting them out. It's like, I don't know. King of Pentacles, business investment. What you invested in is what you get back. Exposed is what you get back. What you invest in is what you get back. Badness, get badness. Return, storms, night. Boomerang, turn to sender, whatever it may be. Don't want to be exposed. Too late for that. Too late for that. Yeah, too late for that. No protection. Go down the right road now. Then not to the wizard. Cause he fake. Or she fake. A test. It was all a dream. It was all a test, right? Judgment. Look at yourself. Look at yourself and you can't look at others differently. Putting your hand in the hand of a man from Galilee. But I want y'all to look at the first video on Sagittarius and Capricorn. And you'll understand who you are. Okay, not stabbing someone in the back, because you know that comes back, right? I looked at this neighbor, love affairs, whoever, people, places, and things. You know what I'm saying? Woke it. Are you loving? King and queen on top of each other. Ace of Pentacles, undercover payments, hard times. That's going to come. Challenge, obstacles, missed opportunities, insecure, mismanagement. I mean, all kind of troubles going to come with money. It just is. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be creative because you're creators on how to make that happen for you. You know, obstacles, they going to throw shit because they want you on their team, right? So you just have to be creative, you know. If you done good, it's not wasted. It will come back in so many ways. So don't worry about that. Don't worry how. I used to do that. And they showed me all the time, girl, you don't shut the hell up. Let me just get you out of there. Let me just get somebody nicer there. It's like, it is. You know. Yeah. Stealing away, turning your back on it. Whatever you did. Throwing the ball and then running. I ain't do that. I ain't do shit. But you was seen. Thought nobody was looking. They were. Told you everybody get watched. Everybody. 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 Blurred lines. I don't know if you turned a blind eye and let somebody do something, or somebody did something behind your back, one of the two. They got seen. If you didn't see them, the creator and everybody, you know, the angels, all of them seen. We got two angels on the board. We got the lovers. We got Temperance here. Temperance under the under the tower. I ain't playing no games. And then you know death is also Azrael, right? We have to convince him because he think we all a waste of time. Okay. Waiting for your ships to come in, it's turning in your favor. Isolating yourself, just be patient. You did the work. King of Wands. That's a protector to me. Put the whole armor on as well. New love. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. You worked hard. You know, good Masons. I'm seeing good Masons, good Eastern Stars, because it's good and bad and everything. But it went right on the tower, so. Hermit, you see, had a great idea. Let's see how this turned out. You have a great idea. You're making moves. The wheel is turning. Getting a piece of the pie. Okay. You on the wheel, Taurus. Along with Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. Things going your way. It's fixed. Ooh. Okay. They want me to seek justice. Two of Swords. Peace and harmony. See, that's after the King of Cups. Went through the obstacles and changes or whatever. Plans, hope, wishes. You kept the faith. You turn your back on all of... this might be the last. This might be a temptation, too, like the other one. because it's right under the, the judgment card reverse. You're looking at yourself. Don't you want to come over and take some of this? And you turn your back on it. Say, no, dog. I don't want that. You can have that all to yourself. So, got rewarded, Wheel of Fortune. Isolated yourself away from all the bullshit. Did the work. Got on your horse. Put your whole armor on. Okay? Did the work. Got justice. Peace and harmony. It was a struggle. You know, you're at the crossroads. Maybe you looking back. Five of Swords. You didn't take other people's stuff. It says moving forward. It's a challenge. Violence, revenge, and a warning. So you already know, they're coming for you. Peace, compromise. Grudges. Yeah, you already know they're mad because you didn't choose. It's going to be like always coming at you local. But the Creator got you. Disintegrating people as they go. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. They getting in hand. You ain't got to worry about them. They're going to be taken care of. Period. Juggling. Storming, conjuring. Trying to throw something at you. Boomerang effect is going to go right back to them. Knight of Wands reverse. No peace. No harmony. They shouldn't have been undecided. They need to watch and be careful. It's a warning. Because they guilty. They're not a victim. They're guilty. Nine of Swords. Tears, nightmares. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. But you got peace right under justice. You might not have all the riches. They ain't going to have peace. But you good. Relying on money, not free. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Damn. Oh, somebody trying to still juggle. My money, my riches, my fabulous clothes, my this, my that. Well, that's not a victory. Can't take it with you where you're going. Some going to jail. So I don't know what to do. Ace of Swords reverse. I don't understand. Obstacles. Lie detector. No focus. No action. The Tower. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. After the storm, ease. Underground. Relax. Believe. Reverse. Down. Hangman. Shit. Somebody got an idea, epiphany. Get the fuck on. But you should have did that at first, though. Are they reminding you? I don't know. Six of Pentacles. Okay. Got money. Truth. Five of Wands. Four of Wands. A challenge. Not happy at home. Misunderstood. Conflict. Sad. Not stable. Okay. Leaving home. Mansion. Ace of Wands. Hidden agenda. New beginning. Growth. Fire. Castle. Landscape. Birth. Ideas. Creative. Raising. Personal one. Helping. So. Ace of Wands. New beginnings. Okay. Leaving home to something bright and new. The Tower reverse. Okay. So maybe you sacrificed long enough for other people, places, and things. Okay, that could be there too. You're getting a raise, rewarded. You protected. It's a yes. It's true. Um, a misunderstanding. Something happened at home, like I say. Okay, let's see. Page of Cups. Not surprised about the new beginning, or somebody's not happy about it. I don't know if this is it says bad news. I don't know if it's got to do with a pregnancy or it's under sacrifice. I don't know if somebody had an abortion, sacrificed a child, the son right behind it. It's like telling somebody's story of why. If you're wondering why, King of Wands reverse, ruthless, in charge, force, special, controlling, can't lead. King of Wands. Happy baby, happy child, happy person. Was ruthless to this child. Use magic on this child. Eight of Cups reverse. Put hands caught in a snare, spiders, dangerous, fishing. Could be a lot of people that did this too. Flood, pebble, not walking away. You didn't make a choice. You stayed. You did it. Old man drinks out. Drinking, celebrating, whatever. You still wanted the fame and fortune, so you was willing to take somebody out or get rid of someone through magic for fame. You want to be like the elite. I don't know if they told you taking this person out will give you non-accountability, will give you what you wanted. You ignored the signs of karma of the universe. King of Cups. Okay. Didn't give a damn about it. That's what the world have you thinking. You know what I'm saying? That don't matter. Believe in Jesus. Turn the other cheek. I don't know. Queen of Swords. Truth. King of Cups may have tried to tell you something. I don't know. Boundaries. Honesty. Should have had boundaries. Been more loving. Telling the truth. Knight of Pentacles. Reverse. Somebody didn't receive the message. Somebody was warned not to do that. Now everything coming out in the forefront of what you did. Empress. That's you. And Libra. Seven of Cups reverse. Empress out of the Matrix. You don't give a fuck about none of that stuff because she know who she is. She is the Matrix. Clearly not working. So I don't know if somebody was trying to come up against the Empress. Yeah, they were. Right under Justice reverse. Libra energy. Try to put magic. It's not nobody she know. Could be a distant kinfolk or ex or sending somebody working with other folks to come against this person. A witch. Try to trick them. Somebody from the neighborhood or somebody they know. A high priestess. Yeah, well. It is what it is. Queen for money. Uh, everybody want that fame and fortune. I want to be seen. Don't you know who I am? Control yourself. Okay. I'm the one. It's me. It's me. It's B. Norma Desmond. Remember she come down the old picture? I forgot what she said when she came down the stairs. Norma Desmond. I forgot what she would say, damn. But she had that look of distinguished, rich, better than you peasants. Ace of Cups, security helping hand. Secret. The secret. Seven of Wands, protected military defense. Ancestors, or somebody had family that you didn't see, but they seen. Everything was already in the palm of their hands, written for it. Now you see, trying to capture them, but wasn't happening. Jail, kidnap, whatever you're trying to do, whatever they're trying to do to you. Ooh, go a man. A man. Yeah, you were watching the whole time, Emperor. Okay, scared of him. Okay. You said, they ain't going in your favor. That ain't happening. There you go, Taurus. You was right along with it. We finna judge this shit. You know who the fuck they think they is. Creator came out, creator part 2 along with the Ace of Pentacles. They were watching. Maybe they had cameras from their home, or maybe there's a mansion in the sky. I don't know. We'll see. That was their partner. Right under the Empress. It's like, what y'all thought y'all was doing? Ace of Wands reverse. I need to grow the fuck up. Y'all tripping. They ain't love none of this shit y'all was doing. Killing the situation. You wasn't gonna control that one. On top of Libra reverse. Nah, that wasn't happening. 4 of Cups reverse. No more offers. It's like done. It's mine. And that could be the creator saying, that's my warrior. What you doing? I see you. 5 of Swords. Somebody mad, holding grudges, but mad again. 4 of Cups reverse. Queen of Cups. Soft, gentle, motherly. Is that you? Knight of Cups. Retired military, no gun, security. Paid spy. Send some security over there to help out. Security. Or go over there and make sure that the Queen of Cups gonna be okay. Hard work, Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Master craftsman. So he good at what he do. 9 of Swords. Yeah, he ain't gonna just bow down. He ain't no victim. He make victims. Lovers reverse. And am by love says corrupt, violence, leaving, fake love, neighbor, money issues, danger. Ooh, wait a minute. Dangerous. Better be careful. Taking care of these mothers. They had their eye on the prize the whole time. Y'all throwing them down. They putting them back up. Oh, let's see. Let's see what my other cards say before I start on this other one. Hell's Island, Vacation from Hell. I seen an SUV. I'm married. Husband came through. Bitch, what you mean? I'm married. Leave me alone. Everything created in the dark will come to the light exposed. Your brother Aquarius. Did have Aquarius come out? I'm weak. Could be a laugh. Somebody laughing, y'all. Or somebody weak, okay. Your life don't matter to them. Repent, apologize. So somebody feel like your life, or you feel like somebody's life coming out of the sea. Ooh. Did have a boat. What's going on with that? Someone you know did the killing. Did have neighborhood, but not kin to. Stranger, serial killer woman. Take care of your feet. Ooh. Noise. Buddha. In jail. Protect your family at all costs. Ask your ancestors, creators, your family to get you out of the deadly, dangerous situation or decision you put yourself in and made, or for your answers. Okay, this is some serious business. Sister, would you first? Don't do nothing else for her or him, stubborn ass. Chinese. Good cops targeted. Sacrifice Virgo. Scorpio. Slowly programming you. Be careful, Scorpio. To take somebody out. Because you the death card. So y'all seen them Grim Reapers when I opened up an Area 51. My mom and dad, the darkness showed me. The whole thing's fake. Your sister, brother taught them how to sacrifice you and your family members. Wife of brother. Your nephew showed them how to sacrifice their family. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. A nurse. Got a nurse in the family. Keep people out your house or business. Stay safe. Wrong address. Yeah, don't give people your address. Shit. I love you. Your wife love you and wish a nigga would. Vapors. Humidify, breathe clean air. Somebody might have issues in breathing. Vapors. Careful with them vapors. Fucking boyfriend. Husband of sister. You're fired. You're about to lose your job. Super Bowl Deluxe. Gambling. A mug, see when some door closed, creator open another one. A mug shot, looking up or going to jail. Sacrifice Aquarius, I can't ignore that. Family's love. Long lost relative found, missing, coming, family secret. Your body's calling me, R. Kelly. one of you, men, one of your men's brother or friend is in love with you. So, yeah, somebody brother. Victor, or some start with a V. Vic. You can get the truth from a hellish mouth, even a drug addict. You gossip too much. Mind your own business. Get you some business. Therapist, leave mine alone. Young black boys. Hire young boys to spy and take you out. Hired. Going to jail. I see what you done did to them young boys. That's crazy. Gotta be careful for money. Shit. Have integrity. Fuck that. I ain't gotta do all that for the shit. I can fast a day or two from another dimension realm. English. Poland. I separate these. Block chakras. Yeah. Rituals, more rituals being done every day. Try to separate them. They're coming out together. You smell so good. I don't know if you're Taurus, I bet you do. Superstition. Being homeless does not mean the end of the world. Life shifts all the time. Black lightning. Know who you are. Stepsister. S-T-U and V. S-U-V. Stepsister. My stepsister named Shirley. I never did meet her kids. I think she had a boy and a girl. She married a military man. We didn't like each other when we first met. I was young, but when my dad died and I was upset and I ran out that funeral home, I just couldn't take my daddy bed in that grave. And when they sit me in the office, she came in there because she wanted to get money from my mom. He already had enough to pay for his things. He had a policy for her, his baby sister, and himself, and my sister, and he didn't have anything for me, which I wasn't worried about it. And she was studying trying to get money, and my sister, that was a Sagittarius, wanted to kick her ass. They went to school together, and we couldn't ride in the car in the limo. All of them was in the limo. He's older her, you know. And me and my sister and my mom, none of us could ride in it. They started asking why you didn't have no money for him, blah, blah, blah. You know, just real crazy. And I'm looking across the table at her like, bitch, if I was big enough, I'd grab your ass across this table and it'll be on. And my other sister, my Sagittarius sister, she must have got it, and she was like, bitch. And she figured, my mom was like, okay, come, just go on out, you know. And my mama handled it, and it was sad. It was really sad. How could they even think about doing something like that when you're into your group? But people get greedy for that fucking money. And it's so sad how evil they turn for some fucking money. Celebrate. It's crazy. Crazy. Whatever. Do y'all. I love you. I hope you feel better. So she celebrated whatever she got. I mean, I didn't know about shit any damn way. So whatever my dad's side got, have at it. Shit. Taurus. Shit. No sweat off my back. I'm still moving around. Mother-in-law. And she didn't like my mom. Mom didn't have shit to do with. They had divorced and everything with their situation. You know, I think they got okay years later. But she didn't have shit to do with my dad and her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and my sister blaming us. He wasn't with them. We didn't have shit to do with that. Nothing. 5 a.m. Nothing to do with none of that. Holding grudges for nothing. Crazy shit. Spilling family blood. Exactly. Countdown. No damn thing to do with that. Your grandkids love you, and I love my Tweeties. Sleeps in a tent. Take them outside. We're going to enjoy that. Stalking your kids. Now this, I ain't gonna say nothing. Uncle. Man, keep that shit. We don't want that. Whatever it was for us, it would have came to us by now. So if y'all worried about what we don't know about, the money, or whatever the hell. Now I know my grandma was from, might be an empire or something. I don't know. My grandma loved us. You know what I'm saying? She loved all her grandkids. People at work. Ophiuchus energy. Love yourself, please. Whoever this is. Because you out of control. Will you marry me? Sacrifice Capricorn. And they gonna kill your ass. Beautiful beginnings and happy endings. Somebody might be married for somebody to get up. You're not crazy. You seen, heard, downloads are correct. Irish, black people, definitely. Might be Irish. People online putting spell work on you. You don't even know. Don't even know them. They crazy. Protect yourself. Don't even know you. Crazy. But you know what happens, right? Boomerang effect. Always come through. It's hidden from you. You be feeling that shit. Bridge crumbling in your life, plane, etc. Car, be careful. Death following you, scent. Escaping death. Yeah, but they is gonna try. It's not for me to say. Family. Thorns and thistles. Stranger, serial killer, man. They don't want nothing and don't want you to have nothing or be nothing. Dad disappeared, left, or not there, or kidnapped, used, programmed, or secret society works for the secret society. Or can't tell you that, or where he is, or they can't tell you it yet. Because some people, I believe, we think it's dead. It's not. Horrible smell. Ooh. Clues in paintings, vases, etc. Fortunes, antiques. I remember watching this picture, and the dad would leave clues. Him and his mom, the mom broke up, but he still would come and leave clues for his daughter. He would bury in the yard for her to always know that he came and he around. And when he came missing, she, the last clue, they had moved away and she didn't get to see. So years later, when she was grown, she was looking for her dad, and she went back and she started the investigation. I forgot what picture it was I seen. Eviction spells, or lose car, or wreck. Damn, is it that serious? Talk about my dream of animals leaving, running, then bad rain. Yeah, y'all see that? Putting poison in pills. Long lost niece or nephew. Only ones I know with that is my sister Shirley's children that I never met. She didn't give me a chance. It says warning. She didn't give me a chance, you know. She did when she did. My sister contacted her, and I talked to her for a minute. She didn't like me. I don't know, maybe because of my skin color, or I didn't know. It maybe because of what happened a long time ago, but I was young. You know what I'm saying? It was my daddy who was fucking with. I know it was your daddy too. Look at y'all coming at my mama. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So let's look at this last picture before this go out. 37 seconds. I think this short. I would love to meet my niece and nephew. You know. So I'm big. I'm that ain't it. Shit, that's my niece and nephew. So I'm that ain't it, baby. Yeah, I'm there for you. Doing right. I try to help you get out of the wrong too. But don't come back, bring that bullshit over here to me, because I done told you about the wrong. Getting your ass in that shit, you better find a way to get out. Now we can pray together, we can try to figure out a solution, you know, but don't come from me. They know me. Shit. They know me. Might be little, but that's okay. It's okay, baby. Ask them and see. Let's see. Let me try to find it. They know I'm down with them. Some good stuff. Let's see. Go to the ends of the earth when you write. Shit, I fight like a warrior with you when you write. When you done did some fuck shit, I'll try to help you get out of it. You know, but don't come for me. Try to put me in it like I did it. You're a motherfucking lie. Okay, let's see. What we doing? Emotion is fine right offhand. I gotta write the next word. There you go.
Guys, remember some.
Okay, let me get y'all situated. Okay. Oh, bitch. Oh well, I have to get that together. They don't want me to show you that. All right, y'all. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I have to do it another time.